alone. I spent a couple of hours sleeping, but as I woke up till now, I have been on the phone with two different persons doing tactical conversation. But will not be emotional at 2027. Will be tactical, because what these guys want us to do is to slide into emotionality and lose. Anything to remove Tinubu, I stand. Anything to remove Tinubu from power, I stand. So whatever it is to sack this lawless criminal gang from power, I will stand for it. Don't lawless criminal gang from power, I will stand for it. Don't deceive yourself. I told somebody, as joking as it is, waking up Sani Abacha to ask Tinubu from office, I may support it.
Boy, oh boy, you can understand the pains and the deep dissatisfaction among Nigerians, most especially the obedience and the oppositions, coalitions, who are bent, of course, in doing whatever possible to unseat Tinubu, while Tinubu, in his own strategy, of course, is devising means to return himself within the power. Now, it is becoming very clear who Sowore is working for. Sowore have been a chronic supporter of Tinubu, being activated at every time, strategically positioned to criticize the oppositions, majorly those who he considers to be a potential threat to the ambition of Ahmed Bola Tinubu. The recent attack on Prter by Omole Sowore, who claims to be an activist fighting for the interests of Nigeria, or populace who have been oppressed, has been in doubt. Now, with the recent renewed attack or blackmail of Prter and the Labour Party or opposition's coalitions in general, that have thrown up the personality of Omowole Sowore and what he represents. Take a look, for instance, during Buhari's time, Buhari accused him of treasoning. Eventually, he was detained for several weeks or on house arrest, but eventually Tinubu assumes office. Few weeks later, he was discharged and acquitted. The case was struck out. This is the same Sowore who will call Tinubu names, trying to deceive the gullible ones who don't understand, of course, the strategy and the Maradonic tendencies being displayed. It's quite unfortunate that most Nigerians are gullible. They could not see in between the lines to understand what exactly is playing out. They are using Nigerian brains undercover and thinking they are fighting for the common interest of the masses, but that is sadly unfortunate that the people do not understand that they are conspirators to the continued subjugation and oppression of the people. Now, why should Sowore single out Prter and want to criticize the coalitions? I think as a politician, he should as well strategize if he believes he has a cause or he has a program for Nigerians, rather than criticizing and blackmailing Prter in order to discredit his personality and give Tinubu an edge over him. When you take a critical examination, you understand that these are just teamwork and acting as if they are against one another. But in real sense, we have seen clearly that Omowole Sowore has some secret deal or dealings with Tinubu. Otherwise, I don't see reason why Tinubu should immediately struck out the treasoning charge against Omowole Sowore, against Sowore, and eventually holding on to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, or of course setting aside the victory of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ruled by the appeal courts. So all these things are showing, of course, tribal alignment and sentiments, trying to deceive the gullible. No matter what Omowole Sowore might preach tomorrow, of course, there are some elements of doubt and vague surrounding his personality. Not until he proves beyond reasonable doubt that that is not the case. Now, recall in 2014-15, during the presidential election, Sowore and his Sahara reporters was used heavily to discredit and blackmail Jonathan from his return to office. Eventually, they succeeded, and you could now imagine, despite the criticism of Sowore against Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he suspended the case against him and eventually returned his international passport and made him a free person. So, who would on earth believe whatever narrative Sowore could be creating? Perhaps to deceive the gullible ones, but Nigerians are apprehensive and very much watchful and strategic this time, will not be emotional as they have expressed, but will do what is needful. Some has vowed whatever it takes to remove Ahmed Bola Tinubu, even though forming alliance or coalitions with other party members, of course, they will not hesitate doing such.